good morning, and welcome to this edition of Coffee and Chat with Sam G. Let me pause for a second. I will be right back. And I'm back. Sorry about that. Can't have coffee and chat without my coffee. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. I've been asked to do coffee and chat for quite some time now, so I'm bringing it back. We should have a special guest coming in with us this morning, so I'll go ahead and get the conversation going. Good morning, guys. Welcome to Coffee and Chat. I'm Sam G. Going to be with you for about 30 minutes or so, not too long. These are normally quick little Facebook Lives that I do. It's an open discussion, so anything you want to talk about, there's a couple of things that I have in my description. And I also want to see if I can put something in here, see if this will work for me. Okay, yep, I got a pop quiz. I'm just popping in. Please respond to it. And before we get off here today, we'll discuss it a little bit more. Let's see if I can pin this up top. There we go. Pop quiz. If you had to guess the best and the worst state in the U.S. to live in based on quality of life, what would you pick? Okay, so marinate on that. We're going to get this conversation started. But first, let's bring in a very special guest that I think she done got hooked on these Facebook Lives. So that's a good thing for me because she needs to be on here as well. So let's bring her in, guys. Welcome, Janet, Lady J. And your camera is a little bit off. Actually, Janet, hold on 1 second before you change anything. Okay. There we go. That was on me, so my apologies for cutting you in half. Good morning.
Good morning.
So, welcome to Coffee and Chat. This is like an open forum, Janet. So if there's anything that you want to discuss, first let me say, guys, thanks so much for joining the Masterclass last evening. It was the first one. My God, the numbers are through the roof on the Masterclass. So I guess that was something that was definitely I should have been doing. And in her defense, Janet has always told me, guys, there's that person. We all have that person or those people in your lives that pretty much will lead you on the right path and help you pretty much consistently. So she had been telling me I should do something like that for a while. I bit the bullet and did it, and it was very successful.
Yeah, I enjoyed watching those analytics. Of course, I always enjoy the topics that you have, but the background, things that are in the background was real interesting.
Yeah, that Facebook letting you know how well your Facebook Live perform is some interesting data.
Yeah.
So if you didn't catch the Masterclass, the link is in the description. Guys, it's on Facebook. So you can catch the replay and share it because based on the response we got from people, it was a lot of information that I guess people, really needed to hear. So we were glad for that. That's going to be a series, by the way. We're going to do that every Thursday. We're in the process of creating sort of kind of like a membership format where you can come in and get all the details on how to set these strategies up. You get all the information that we're sharing with our clients now about how we're helping to manage these accounts and everything, but didn't want to spend a whole lot of time on that. Janet, what's going on in your world?
Well, creating. I'm in my element. I've already had my coffee of the day, so now it's time for my water. So
Let me do a sound check real quick, guys. Is there an echo at all? Because we're in the same vicinity, so I just want to make sure there's no echo. Let me know if there's an echo. If not, that's fine as well. Cool. We got some people responding to the pop quiz. I'll give you the answer to that before we get off here. Best California, worst Alaska. Alaska. Man, I almost got stationed when I was in the Air Force. One of my good buddies I met in the Air Force, he got stationed there in Alaska. He begged me to get that station. I was like, man, I can't do that cold.
I kind of think, aside from the weather, aside from the cold, that Alaska would be a very nice place to live as far as like your quality of breathing, the air quality, and even nature. I think that Alaska is pretty darn cool.
Yeah, because ain't nobody up there. There's nobody up there to pollute the air.
This is true.
For the nature, I get it, because that's something you and I both like, is nature. But I'm telling you, that first winter hit was cold there year round, but that first winter hit, Janet, you'll be ready to go.
Yeah, I know. I have thin blood now. I'm a Louisiana girl through and through.
Yeah, I already know the answer to that. We'll move up there, and 3 months later, you'll be, oh, that's it, let's go.
It's time to go.
So also for that pop quiz, I thought I saw somebody else respond. Thanks, Ibn. And Rashad. Oh, Rashad did respond. He says that Hawaii has the best quality of life and Mississippi has the worst quality of life in the United States. Okay, I'm not going to give away the answer. Mississippi and Louisiana tit for tat on the bottom.
Yeah,
pretty much for everything. So
they got the best food, though.
Yeah, that's true.
How about that?
And it shows. It shows. So, guys, again, thanks so much for if you did catch the first masterclass that we did. It was a good success. And we're definitely going to keep that going. Let's move on to my next topic. And please, if there's something you guys want to chat about, drop it in the comment section there. I got to turn on my inbox because I'm sure people are in there as well. I've been seeing a lot. We don't sit and watch news, Janet and I, like most people. But, of course, you don't have to these days because of social media. But I've been seeing a lot about President Biden wanting to run again. So I want to get your guys' thoughts on that. I know how I feel. What do you think about that, Janet? How old is he?
He's too old 90? To run again. I like Biden, okay, but he's some young blood, in the office. So I think that he's a one and done president. Unfortunately, had he run a few years ago, I think that possibly he could have had a greater impact, but now you're just, it's an age factor.
Right.
And the time is really not with him.
I know a little bit about his political history. He's wanted to be president for a while, and I think he actually tried to run many, many years ago. I don't think he got the nomination of the party, but I look at it as a goal accomplished for him. Without sounding too offensive so early in the morning, the old white man politician ideal needs to be done with. He did it. He made it happen. It's part of his legacy now, for better or for worse. And we need to get someone younger in there. That's my opinion, guys. You guys can weigh in on that if you will. But that's the bottom line for me. Before you even start talking about a political agenda or what he's accomplished, what he hasn't accomplished, And I feel the same way about that other guy. Trump shouldn't be running either. I mean, if you think about it, why are all these older guys, up there trying to run for president? Where's the middle age or even younger guys, right? Somebody with some energy.
I think that for Biden, like you said, he had tried to run a few times. I think that he would have had a better chance a lot earlier in his career had his first wife not and his child hadn't died. He may have been able to do something then. And then as time progressed, when he wanted to run again, the party itself felt like there were I wouldn't say I will say better options, and so they chose the other nominees over him. And it was just like, he just kept having to take a back seat. And, now they said, okay, it's your turn now, But again, now he's much later in life, and, it's a goal that he accomplished because it is something, like you said, that he's always wanted to do. But I just think that, a second term is kind of beyond him. But we'll see. We'll see who's going to be on the ticket.
Yeah, I mean, there's got to be some other options, right? And I agree with Ibn, right? I didn't think he made it the first term, let alone a second term, right? But here we are, right? And then we get the jokester. The jokester's coming in early in the morning. This guy must have had some really good coffee to make that comment. You can run the budget through a bank of you and a bank of us. Good morning, Clyde. Clyde is one of those people who's been, egging me on to get back and doing the coffee and chat series. Let's see.
So if you ran, would Clyde be your number 2?
Hold on a second. I'll find a place for him in my cabinet. We'll put it that way. You'll have a job. He'll have a job. How they do? They take care of all their people, right? He'll have a position in the cabinet. Chief of security. I don't know.
I agree, Rashad.
That's just a fact, man. I know I probably pissed off Dems and Republicans when I said Trump or Biden shouldn't be running. But if you remember, I'm neither of those. But that's it in a nutshell, right? Set in their ways, can't embrace change easily. I don't even need to add anything else to that. I agree with that, Rashad. Yeah, someone's asking about the Masterclass. It's gonna be a series we're gonna do every Thursday at 7 p.m., guys. And also you can catch the replay. The link is in the description up top. And also, if you go to my page, it's there as well. Thank you for that. So we talked about that. I want to talk about my third topic is OMAD. You guys know I've been on this OMAD journey for 38. Today's the 39th day. This week, my wife thinks I'm crazy. This week, I did something different. I'm reading, by the way, she got me this book, which I'm pretty much, Janet, I'm almost done with it, which is a fabulous book. I don't know if you guys can see that. Fast, Feast, Repeat. Do I need to go back or close? There we go. Fast, Feast, Repeat. You can guess what it's talking about, right? Because OMAD is not a diet, guys. It's a fasting lifestyle. Keto, I don't look at it as a diet. Even if you're doing high protein, I don't look at, because the word diet has been so misconstrued, lately. These are nutritional lifestyles that one would choose to participate in based on them trying to find their healthy. There we go. That's my stance on it. But this book, I read something in the book about how the hormones are affecting us and how that affects weight gain and all of that. So, when you're doing something like this, you can kind of cater to how your body responds to foods and what have you. So I was doing the OMAD and I was still drinking out bulletproof coffee. And based on some revelations from the book, said, let me try this without doing the bulletproof coffee. So my coffee this morning is straight black, like me. That's all. So I started drinking it, right, Janet? Black like me.
Yep.
And what that's doing is, instead of having those fats coming into my system, which is not bad, by the way. Remember, I use myself as my own experiment. It's not bad, but now I'm kicking into what I need to be kicking in as far as my body using my fat stores as energy, therefore burning fat. Therefore, one of the fringe benefits is losing weight. The losing weight part is like almost like last on the list for me. It's this great feeling and energy and mental clarity that I'm having. That's on the high top of the totem pole for me when it comes to this fasting and intermittent fasting and just simply just eating well, right? I'm sure Janet's going to weigh in on that.
So, so let's go back to when you first started drinking bulletproof coffee.
Okay.
We were still in Atlanta when you started drinking.
Long time ago.
Long time ago. And how long did it take me to even attempt to try the bulletproof coffee?
You know, I have a couple of young brothers that I guess I'm kind of mentoring, and they're both, two are married and one is in a serious relationship. And I keep telling them, man, lead from the front. Because if you try to, tell these women what to do, it ain't gonna happen. So I've always, led from the front, and it took her a minute. I don't know if she's gonna do a full OMAD. However, you are eating cleaner, right? You got rid of your chips and your Chips Ahoys.
Mm-hmm.
Yay! But let me say that again. You got rid of your chips and your Chips Ahoys.
Mm-hmm. Well. In my defense,
that's a huge accomplishment. Hold on a second. Hold your thought. I know you can, because I can't hold my thoughts that much. I'm gonna tell you here on live Facebook, I'm so proud of you for that. I was praying that you would get rid of that stuff, but I knew if I said, "Hey, babe, you need to stop eating the chocolate, the Chips, the Ahoys," you would eat more, because I know you. So I have an abundance of what? Patience.
Because you're not about to tell me what to do.
Exactly. I have an abundance of patience, and I lead from the front, baby.
Yeah, you do. But in my defense, when it came to the eating, because we had been on, we've been doing keto for a few years, and the only time that our keto regimen changed was when we found ourselves just having to be go. Mm-hmm. And it really changed for me when we moved here, and the stress of taking care of my mom and aunt is like you just have to snatch stuff because you're in the middle of whatever is going on in that moment, that it was just very difficult to be as regimented as we had been. And so therefore some of your old habits, Janet's old habits, would come back up. And the chips and the Chip Ahoys really were my comfort foods. But I guess that when I got tired, I was just like, because I remember you asking, you want some chips, or you want some cookies, and I was like, no, I'm done. Mm-hmm. And then I was just done.
That was my test. But I'm glad you're done with that stuff, guys. If you haven't seen the pop quiz, there it is. There, I'm going to reveal the answers before we get off here this morning. Well, looky here. Now, this guy know he's supposed to be at work. Good morning, Nick.
Well, hello, Nick.
Nicholas, brother from another mother. Let's see what else. Oh, that's a good question, Clyde. Do I eat anything to break my fast before your break?
No, the answer is no. He doesn't. Okay,
so you understood that. No, mm-hmm. I'm straight through. Right now, guys, I'm straight through 23 hours without eating. Right? I know that sounds crazy, guys, because you know how much of a foodie I am. But I needed to get my health back in line where I know it could be before I got older. I'm 54, right? And we know if you're not in the best health as you're aging, that stuff just starts accelerating drastically. And I did not want that to happen. I want to be around for much, much longer for a lot of reasons. So I reevaluated, checked myself, figured out what it is that I could do and stick with. And Janet will laugh at this because, guys, when I figure out something I'm going to do, I go all in.
True.
Right? There is no, oh, let me put my pinky toe in. No, because I've done my research, right? And what have you. And I know pretty much that I'm going to do this. Not something I'm going to start and stop. I pretty much know that I'm going to do it. Now, I say good morning to this guy. He only say good morning to Janet. Man, I tell you, it's always the people you know, man. Your own people be kicking you to the curb. No, Rashad. Rashad. 23 hours, I'm not eating anything. It's my coffee in the morning and then just straight water, and also my mineral water, which doesn't break the fast before either. And then on that 24th hours, that's my hour to eat. And here's something real interesting. I'm finding myself, you would think I would just be that whole hour just tearing it up. No, most days I'm not even finishing that meal. There's a little bit, not a whole lot now, maybe a little bit left. Because what's happening, guys, again, I mentioned those hormones in the beginning, it's telling me that, okay, you're full. This is all we need right now, right? We got enough. You don't have to overstuff yourself. Just keep on going. Put the plate down, move away from the table, sir. You've had enough.
I wonder if you would be able to do the same process if you were like working in construction or even just working outside of the home.
Now, construction is to the extreme because just from the simple fact of, hey, you're burning calories. You don't want to be up on a roof, nailing a roof down and fall off the roof, right? So you would have to set that up so you wouldn't have that issue. You could still do the OMAD, but what you would do is you would implement some low. Well, it depends if you're doing keto or full-blown eating meals. You can have some type of maybe 2 meals during the day, like protein shakes or something like that. Whatever is conducive to how you're trying to do it. If that's making sense. But I would not go because you're exerting too much energy at that point. You got to have something to put back into your body. You don't want to be passing out. Now, office workers and less strenuous jobs, you can do it. Because there are people who are doing this is their lifestyle, right?
I agree. I feel like I agree with that because like the closest that I can come to again is, my mom. In taking care of her, I knew that I needed, it's like a lot of times I felt like I was eating all the time, even though it's just really kind of grabbing stuff, but I had to have some breakfast. I had to have that protein, because that lifting and that turning and that moving her, it was a nonstop process. So yeah, I couldn't do keto. I couldn't do intermittent fasting with keto during that period of time. And even though, I had my little comfort foods, I was tricking myself into into thinking that I needed something. Even though I did need something, I picked the wrong things. Because it was just too easy. It was easy.
Yeah. See, it's like I look at it like a toolbox, and I'm glad I look at it like that because that helps me avoid getting so addicted to a certain type of eating style. It's a toolbox, and I've always experimented with my own body with how foods, how certain foods affect my body. Clyde, the energy level is through the roof, man. It's that combination of an extremely high energy level combined with an extremely high alertness and mental acuity, if you will, but focus, especially what we both have going on in our businesses. I really wanted that, and that's why I wanted to clean up my body, if you will, because I know that connection with what you're putting in versus how you're feeling and your energy and all of that. But that's the main benefit I'm after. right? Being able to think and use my brain to the fullest capacity that I can. So the energy level is through the roof. I am doing keto. Actually, Clyde is fasting, but my meals are keto based.
Mm-hmm.
Now, with that being said, because I'm eating that one meal, guys, I can get away with having certain carbs, right? I noticed I was eating watermelon every day for like 3 weeks.
Yeah, you
But
kill
what
up
that
some watermelon.
watermelon, what it was doing is giving me a bunch of antioxidant vitamins and minerals, right? I turned around, I did another fruit, was it mango? Totally different response in my body. So the fruits I can eat, without any negative triggers, if you will, watermelon, all the berries, strawberry, blueberry, blackberry, that kind of stuff. But yeah, I'm fasting. I'm doing a OMAD is a combination for me. OMAD is the 23-hour fast, and my meal is keto. I got a lot of good questions. I have not been working out that much because I read some intriguing. I follow this guy called Dr. Kiltz, real name, by the way, Kiltz. He's on the extreme of what I'm doing. They are straight carnivores, guys. They eat nothing but animal protein. And I like him because his favorite animal protein is the ribeye. That's our favorite steak. But I'm not working out because this guy, and I looked at some of the research he was referencing, that's saying that during these types of nutritional lifestyles, you don't have to do a lot of strenuous exercising, right? So I want to see how my body responded just to the nutritional lifestyle. We are doing a little bit of walking right now. It's not far, but where we live at is kind of hilly, so it's a workout. We've done that maybe 3 or 4 times. We just started it, but I've been not doing a weight workout, Claude. I think that's what you're asking me. Now, however, when I start, I'm thinking based on our own research that will allow me first and foremost to eat more during my open window. And if I need something else, I'll incorporate that sometime within my day.
Yeah, I see that Rashid is you put it up, and that's one thing that Rob mentioned.
No, you wouldn't, Rashad.
Rob,
I thought that's what I was going to do.
You must be eating like your plates are hefty, and so you must be eating all of these different calories. And I think that it gets down to the personal preference. When you make those plates, it looks like it's a lot, because it is. You have to get your nutrients, but the real thing is what's in the plate. Because I see that Pat asked earlier if it was if we're doing keto or just fasting. All the plates have been keto plates, because I'm on keto. I do keto, and he, his basis is keto, even though he's doing OMAD. So we're not switching up. He's not eating one thing and I'm eating something else. We're eating the same things. So Rashid, if you did do this, I think that, like Sam said, what I've seen, let me just say this part, what I've seen with other people that do it, it's they eat whatever it is that they want to eat. Some people eat as high in carbs. That's what I've seen, in just kind of doing my own research to find out what is really going on here. It's whatever it is that you want to eat, because it's just the one meal. Sam is choosing to maintain, a much more healthier diet in that one meal. And possibly if you did it, you would find that you would too. Who knows? Or maybe you would have more of a carb base because you might feel that you need that. I'm not sure. But for us, I think, for Sam, because I'm not doing OMAD, I think that transition was a whole lot easier because he was doing keto anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So he doesn't eat a high carb diet anyway, you see. And for Pat, the time is the same. It's 4:00, and trust me, my body knows.
Man, let me tell you, that's the funniest part of our day. Then that time, I start preparing, guys, at 3 o'clock. The meal.
Mm-hmm.
I actually was already kind of pre-prepared, so I know what I'm going to make. But when that 3 o'clock hits, that seems like the longest hour. It's not that I feel like I'm dying from hunger. It's like I'm just ready. I'm ready to have a meal, right? It's a weird feeling, but yeah, that's the if I were to say the top challenge for me, that would be that last hour before I could eat, because it's like I've been waiting all this time and I'm just ready to get into that meal. For instance, back to Rashad about stacking up the plate. There was a video, I think I showed you that, Janet, where this lady, she had several plates. So she ate from the beginning of her open hour, we call it the open window, from the beginning of her window to the end. So if my window's at 4 o'clock, this lady would eat from 4 to 5. I couldn't do that. I just need that one sustainable meal. Like yesterday, I had 3 pieces of the keto fried chicken. I ate 2.5 of those pieces. I had 2 soft-boiled eggs and an avocado and a half. Right, that was it, guys. That's all I needed, and that was yesterday at 4 o'clock. And here I am. It's 8:30 this morning, and I'm not hungry. We really in this country specifically, we overeat tremendously. Clyde must have really had a bulletproof coffee this morning. Keep eating, take it. That's a good one. And by the way, he eats keto as well, and he is an intermittent faster. So he's just joking, guys. I shouldn't even put that up there. You're extremely welcome. I think that's Pat thanking us for sharing. Yeah. I'm not sure because I'm seeing the Facebook user on my end. Yeah, that was Dr. Kiltz, guys. I joined his group. I get his newsletter. Now, he does a really good series at 5 a.m. in the morning. If I'm up, I'll catch it sometimes, where he's talking just like we're talking now, but he's talking all about OMAD, keto, carnivore, and how they're doing the carnivore. I could see me trying the carnivore, but I just have a taste for veggies and stuff and fruit every once in a while. So I don't know if something I would do forever. That would be the one I wouldn't do forever. I can go ahead and say that.
Yeah, I can't see you just, I'm way more of a carnivore than you are. You like your vegetables.
Yeah, you could do carnivore. You could do carnivore, right?
I could do carnivore. I could do carnivore easily.
Yeah.
As long as it's cooked right. Mm-hmm. So I wanted to bring something up. Okay.
Wait. Okay. All right. I'm ready.
You ready?
I'm ready.
All right. People see these plates, right, that you make, or these fantastic pictures that you post. Mm-hmm. And they think that I'm the person that's making it, or you stealing pictures.
I just laugh at that.
It's just laughable. But I just want to say, Sam does 99.9% of the cooking in this household. And here's the reason why. When we first started, dating.
I got a rebuttal. I'm just waiting. I got a rebuttal.
No rebuttals. No
you tell the story incorrectly.
No, I don't.
This is when your memory goes haywire. Every other time, your memory is excellent, but when you tell this story, your memory is haywire.
The way that you know if people are telling the truth or not is when the other person just cuts them off. They don't let them get their words.
Don't tell your story. Don't tell your story.
I used to cook every day. Okay. Now, let me preface this by saying I never liked to cook. I never liked being in the kitchen. That's really what it was. I was always the kid that ate on the run. So I never liked to cook. Even though I'm from Louisiana and I can cook and I do it very well, I don't like to. But for him, I was cooking every day. And this guy would come home and he would be like, babe, you don't have to cook every day. And I would I would tell him, leave me alone. Let me do this. Because
I heard that, right? What did she just say? I said, you don't have to cook every day.
And I said, leave me alone.
What was your response to that sentence?
I said, leave me alone. Let me do it while I'm doing it. That's what I said.
No, what was your actionable response?
That's not how it
Let me get close to the mic. You stop cooking, period. Is this thing on?
Accurate.
That's
not accurate. I guess you're not gonna tell the people how you decided, because Creole cooking, listen, it's heavy. It's rice every day, rice and beans every day. It's like we Jamaican or something. Rice and beans every day. But he decided that we were going to do the Daniel fast. You remember that?
We did Daniel. We decided we were going to do the Daniel fast.
We decided we were going to do Daniel. And here's where Sam, one of the places where he excels. Now, he talks all the time about me being a creative, and I'm always making things, and I'm the DIY person, and all of that is accurate. But where Sam really excels is obviously in his business, because he knows what he's talking about, but creatively is in the kitchen. Because Sam can look at 3 things and make a gourmet meal out of nothing. I don't even think that way. So in doing Daniel, he made Daniel tolerable for me because he was so creative in the meals that he prepared. Unfortunately, I did learn that he loves being in the kitchen. And, I feel like if that's your area of expertise, who am I to deny you your area of expertise? Have at it.
But you still need to make the gumbo.
Yes, I'll do that.
Because I can learn how to make it, but I'm trying to leave you something that you can make without me taking over.
I mean, the things that I make are kind of, they stick to your ribs. That's why I do some cooking in the wintertime, because you need stuff to stick to your ribs.
Hey, speaking of food sticking to your rib, Cajun Creole cooking, we got Michael Broussard watching. Right.
Hey, Mike, y'all look good the other last night.
It sure will be nice if he could, send us, 2, 3, 4 pounds of that, Louisiana Gulf Coast shrimp. Yeah. I know you don't go away now, Mike. Don't go away now. But this question: what if you're out of time, as related to my open window? You don't run out of time, and that is because you got to prepare. Right, preparation is key. You don't want to start cooking at the time that your window opens. I probably wouldn't make it, right? I have very little time to cook. And it's very imperative for me to enjoy my meal. Okay. I don't want to rush and eat. I don't feel like I'm running out of time. So every other day I'm not, but I pretty much have it pretty on time, right, Jenny? We're eating right at 4, or sometimes, right after 4 o'clock, right?
Mm-hmm. So you start cooking around 3. 3-ish, 3:15, that's your window of cooking.
Because then I don't want to rush and cooking. I don't want that stress. Now, this one, Janet, gonna laugh at me, because cooking is an expression of love, right? For me, I don't want that stress imparted on my food. The stress of rushing to cook, the stress of rushing to eat. That connection to me is important. Clyde, it is Fish Fry Friday. I got to go and see my fishmonger. I love saying that, because I know he got what I want over there. I don't know. I might try something new. Right, Janet's still going to do the catfish, but there's hopefully he got flounder. There's a couple other options he has that I want to try. So we'll see. Of course, guys, I'll post it. So, and I think this is Pat. Pat, we're over here. We're steak, fish, chicken, lamb, sheep, goat. We're meat lovers over here. I think that's Pat, right?
Yeah, Pat is really the only one that comes up as just the Facebook user.
Yeah.
For you, but I can see her name clearly.
Okay. Good morning, Pat. Let's see what else we got here. Yeah, Mike, I know you're watching. We only need about 3, 4, 5 pounds. The number keeps getting higher and higher, huh? And I need some boudin. Let me put my list together for him.
Rob was supposed to be sending us a few things, a care package, but that never happened. Rob. I need some stuffed chickens.
And that's why we haven't received it.
That's That's right. That's right. Don't stand in the way of someone else's creativity or passion. That's what I say. I agree 1,000%. You know, he can't come in here and do this, you know, what Style with Taste does.
See, Rashad is a great example. I keep saying that it's always my friends and people that I knew first that always go, that always
time you did.
Well, it was about 5 minutes before. Then I brought him over and introduced him to you. So technically I met him first. But they always take Janet's side on everything. That's okay, Pat. We got you covered. Also, Pat, I got some things I want to talk to you about as far as, you know, getting you back into trading. Putting together a program where I'm partnering with a master trader because, guys, I don't have the time to trade anymore, and that's a blessing because the insurance business has really kicked off, and that business takes time. So I don't, but I still like the benefit of having some streams of cash flow coming through trading the forex market. So I put up a program together that I'm going to be releasing here pretty soon. Easy peasy, y'all gonna love it. Rashad's laughing. You know it's true. That's why Rashad is laughing, because he knows it's true. But he's not going to confirm it. He's going to stay on your side. That's what happens. That's what happens. So hey guys, I was making sure I'm not missing. Did I miss any?
Did you announce the name of the city?
Oh, let me do that real quick. Now this is gonna be interesting. So let me pop this in here and we'll talk about it. Okay. All right. So let's break this down. Let's look at this. You guys ready? Oh, it broke it down in several posts. That's interesting that it did that. That's pretty cool. So let me put it up here. The first one. You guys ready? Here we go. A survey measuring the quality of life, health, and inclusion. That's a whole nother discussion right there, word inclusion. You guys know what they're talking about when they say inclusion. Mm-hmm. So the top 10 best states to live in the U.S. right now. In order: Iowa, Oregon, New Jersey, Nebraska and Washington, Minnesota, North Dakota. I've been through North Dakota. I wouldn't want to live there. Hawaii. We could do Hawaii, Janet. Maine. And coming in first place, Vermont. Why is Vermont number one? The state offers pristine child care, health care, clean air, has low crime, and overall, I could do it for those reasons. Overall low stress.
But it's cold.
Well, it gets cold. Isn't Vermont one of those places where you see the nice change in the tree colors in the fall?
Yeah, Vermont, Maine. They have 4 seasons. But...
What's the worst state to live in? In order: Nevada, Tennessee, Indiana, New Mexico, Louisiana, Janet, Missouri, South Kakalaki, Oklahoma, Texas, and the number one worst state is Arizona. That's interesting. The state has what does that say? The state has the worst quality of air, spends the lowest on public health, and faces 39 high ozone days every year. That's Arizona, guys. That's interesting. I agree, Clyde. Vermont, I think it's nice as well. I think there was another part to this. Let me make sure I'm giving you guys all the info. That was it.
So basically, what I'm hearing is that the best places to stay is either in the northwestern part of the country or the northeastern part of the country.
Yeah.
Nowhere in the central U.S.
You know, and I think those states like Vermont and Maine and Delaware, Rhode Island, there's not a huge population there. So I can see the clean air, you know, because the lower population, there's lower, you know, automotive pollution and things like that going on.
But I wonder about the inclusion in Vermont and in those western states as well.
Well, that was part of the criteria.
I wonder. I'm gonna have to do a deep dive into that.
Okay. Then you can report back to us.
Yeah.
By the way, Janet, I did a poll on the Masterclass last evening, and I got no votes for the hometown anchor Sam G voice. So you win yet again. Yet again, another example of people that I know voting against me.
Well, they're not voting against you. They're voting for you. And listen, here's the thing. You have such a wonderful, you have a wonderful speaking voice. You have a nice tenor tone, tenor baritone kind of tone to yourself. You don't need to change your voice. You're not a male with a high-pitched voice or, whiny.
Let me tell you about this.
You don't have a whiny tenor to your voice. So you have a nice radio voice. Use it.
I thought maybe I was, making myself laugh. I thought it was kind of funny, but the people have spoken. More importantly, the chief boss lady spoke first and foremost, so I must comply. Your Honor, I did not do what I'm being accused of. Ibn, I used to do this regularly, and it was very popular. One morning, I just woke up and I had some coffee, and I went live. That's how it started. So, like every week, someone's in my inbox asking about coffee and chat. So I'm bringing it back into the fold, if you will, and we'll be doing this. I'm not sure. It won't be every day. I don't want to commit to every day, but at least once or twice a week. So thanks for joining, Ibn, and I'm looking forward to catching up with you, Ibn, guys. You got something in the works that we're going to be offering our clients, and you guys are going to love it. Another way to show you how to cash flow.
The group. Since
that's another reason why we need to go. Oh, go ahead. My fault.
Coffee and chat. Give us some topics.
Yeah,
let's be a little inclusive here. Give us some topics.
Look, since she tied that word into our agenda, inclusive. Another reason for us to go to New York, Ibn and his wife moved to New York. I think they moved from Florida, if I remember correctly.
Wow.
We know a lot of people in New York. We really need to go up there. But we got to go to Orlando first. Yes, Rashad, you was half right. Oh, Clyde, that's interesting. Maine is boring. Man, yet another example of my people against me.
There might be why there's less crime.
Yet another example of one of my people against me. Nick said my hometown anchor Sam G voice is a bust. I'm listening. I appreciate you guys. Don't change your voice. There's Rashad. Rashad is the number one turncoat I got right now. Hey, Pat, as always, it's a pleasure having you on. We appreciate you. Pat's a creative as well, Janet. I saw Pat post a picture on a Facebook Live. A Facebook the other day. She either used to be a model or she was modeling. Go ahead, Pat.
Go ahead, Pat. I'm gonna have to check
y'all all over the place. We're in LA. In LA, right? I could say we're in LA because it's multiple. When you say LA, we just group all those cities. That is, man, keep in touch because that's my old stomping grounds, man. I still have some connects in that area. They moved from Maryland. Thanks for that correction. I don't know why I was thinking Florida. Marina Del Rey.
That's not a stretch from Maryland, because I'm like, y'all moved from Florida to New York?
Yeah, they moved from Maryland to New York, and now they're moving to Marina Del Rey. You're gonna love Marina Del Rey. Perfect location for the LA area. You can go straight from Marina Del Rey, hit all the beaches. You can have, man. I got excited all thinking about that. California beaches are some of the nicest beaches.
All I'm gonna say is when y'all move, make sure you go and visit those redwoods, the sequoias. Man, you're gonna love them.
Yeah, going up north there to Yellowstone area, and you'll love that outdoorsy field. Okay, there's a
Okay.
challenge for you, Janet.
Okay, Pat, I'm down. That's a good topic.
When are we going to Louisiana again, Janet? They're going to be in New Orleans for a week.
We have to go to Florida before we go to Louisiana.
What is Clyde talking about?
He don't know.
I guess it's one of the topics.
What about it? What about Black history specifically, Clyde?
Black history is world history. Ooh.
And in case I didn't know, I'm writing it down.
Yeah. Someone's asking about, well, I do have, Janet is at Star with Taste. You can look her up on Facebook and Instagram. I don't have a link for Pat, whoever this is asking about the creative geniuses. But I'm sure I can get Pat's link for you. Look Pat up on Facebook as well, guys. Janet is Style with Taste. And I only know Pat Hunley. I think she's okay with me giving her name out. Now, don't be stalking my people now. And, doing no crazy stuff. Only this is for business. Okay, Clyde, gotcha. Give me ideas. Clyde is an idea guy, right? I mean, he might not want to share his oxtail and all that, his food, but he will give some good ideas.
So he said the job market, as in all job markets?
Nick. 5 years.
Where, Nick?
Nick is funny. That's Nick cracking the joke. Okay, thanks, Pat. I think, yeah, I remember seeing that on her design. Diva. Oh, you see how she did that design? DZ. Mm-hmm. Yeah, she's definitely a creative. I never would have thought of that. And I think I have. So I know a lot about Janet's business. I know somewhat about Pat's business. So I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say that they both can create custom things for you. I know Janet can. I think Pat does the same thing. Let me find something real quick since that question came up. I think I still have it on here. Maybe not. Yep, I do. So there's Pat's in the year. There you go. Okay. Absolutely. I don't mind shouting people out. Guys, they're in business. There's more than enough business to go around. Okay. More than enough business to go around. Janet she don't like to say it, but she got multiple projects going on. T-shirts, mugs. I got to do them. It's funny how my projects, fall to the bottom end of the pile, but it is what it is. Hey, good morning, Winky Black. I got to have Winky on my small business Facebook Live. I'm gonna reach out to him and see if he'll do that. He already here.
It's still softball and baseball season for the kiddos. So I just made this template last night. I don't know if y'all can really see it, for my moms to represent their kiddos in so they can represent their kiddos.
That's a good one, Clyde. Get that one, Janet. What makes a home business work too, software, etc. He's probably asking that question for himself. Clyde, I think he's slick, man. Pat's been sewing since she was 13. Good God.
Do you sew for other people, Pat?
That's a long time. That's expert category.
Mm-hmm.
Pat, do you sew for other people? I know Janet would not do that at all.
I won't.
She's had people begging her.
I won't.
I'm like, girl, you better get that money. Get that money. Mm-hmm. That's a long time, Pat. Good. kudos to you.
Her grandmother must have Her grandmama must have taught.
I've heard Janice say that about the sizing. See what Pat's saying? I guess that sizing is a lot.
It is a lot. And that's where I am, that's where I've always been, Pat, is I do accessories. I'm not gonna do I'm not gonna make clothing for other people. And as a matter of fact, I don't even do alterations because it's just too much.
That's an interesting one, Clyde. I would like to do that. Because let me tell you, as the prime financier of Style with Taste, we got a huge inventory of fabrics.
When we were talking about the other day, I think the material is something that needs to be discussed. Because when we were talking about bras the other day, you didn't know, and a lot of people don't know, not just men, but a lot of women don't know the type of material that is involved with a bra construct.
Jan, I had no idea until I did that research. I like to know a little bit about what I'm going to talk about on my Facebook Lives. I had no idea the type of material that's needed, how they're trying to make them as comfortable as possible. It was a learning experience for me, for sure. Pat, I hear this a lot from people, that whole system, right? Imagine with Pat starting to learn how to sew at 13, if that had been the primary thing that she stayed with. But, nevertheless, we're forced to not follow our passions, especially at young ages, especially in our generation. Go get the job and all that kind of stuff. Nick is always, one day I'm gonna grow up and be like Nick and travel as much as he does. Thanks, Nick. We love you too, my man.
Bye, Nick. Have a good one.
Be safe. I don't think you get a lot. I think at a thrift store.
Yeah, that's so it's a good place to find things to repurpose. It's really a wonderful place to do that. When it comes to material, the few places that I have been, as far as thrift stores have been, I haven't actually found anything. And what's interesting about that is that I need to do a de-stash. And I was telling Sam that, I think that I'm gonna have to give my stuff. If I do the de-stash, then I'll be doing it to a thrift store. But I myself have not found any. However, do you remember when I was in Walmart one day and this lady came and she gave me like 7, like
I remember
5 yards each, some more, of linen material.
I remember.
Linen.
I'm like, who is this lady? We got enough already.
I took it because it was linen.
Got enough already. I want to pop this up here because, again, this is something in my day-to-day business. I talk to a lot of people and I hear this a lot. I'll use myself as an example. College was not, I should never even tried to go to college. I had this idea of being a business person at an early age. I just didn't have any way to, expound on that as a young person. So I went into the Air Force right out of high school. Then tried the normal route. People telling me I'm so smart, go to college. And I never should have. It wasn't for me. It doesn't matter. I was smart, but my brain was in going in a different direction, which is where I'm at now. Clyde is all on these ideas. Okay, Clyde. Okay, man. Good job, Clyde. Let me give Clyde a round of applause here. Good job, Clyde.
I hadn't really thought about that, Pat, because I have some leather things in my mind. I do have, and when I went to California, that's why I'm really excited about even going to Cali, because I was in the garment district. And I bought some amazing leather fabric that I still haven't used. I have the ideas, but I haven't really sat down, and cut it out, because it's such a process. I really hate the process of cutting. So it takes me much, much longer, which is why I don't do it for other people.
Yeah, that garment district in LA is off the chain. You saw less than 1/4 of the area.
Right.
You would have to be there for like a couple of weeks to really take all of that in. That's a lot. So I think that's about it, Janet. I didn't really want to go an hour, but here we are, an hour in, which is okay. Good conversation. We made connections. You and Pat going to connect. Clyde gave some excellent ideas. Nick cracked a couple of good jokes. Rashad would never do OMAD. And I
never say never.
Learned a little bit more about Pat, reconnected with Ibn. This is what Coffee and Chat is all about, guys. I try my best not to talk about money and investing on Coffee and Chat, but it's going to come up. There's a couple of questions here I did not look at because they're about that. I want this to be an openness for a forum that we can talk about other things other than that, but I know it's going to sneak in from time to time because that's what I do. But thanks for joining, and we will definitely be doing this again soon, as in next week. Soon. We'll keep you posted on when that's going to happen. Not sure if the boss lady is going to come back on. I hope she does, but I have to check with her schedule to make sure she can come back on. Because I know that's who you guys really, want to see anyway. You guys get tired of seeing me. Take care, Ibn. Looking forward to seeing you. Talking to you and possibly seeing you as well. Rashad, I think you're selling yourself short. You can't do it. It's all in the mind, my man. All in the mind. Anyway,
you act like you haven't met us, Rashad. We love food too. I ain't never met a steak that I didn't like.
Maybe we do ribeyes today, but we can't. We got this tradition of Fish Fry Friday, so
Fish Fry Friday.
Anything you want to say before we shut this down, Janet?
That I really loved the interaction, and the questions and the comments. I really enjoyed this. So thank you for having me.
You're welcome. Someone's asking about the shirt. This is a shirt that she made. I guess they saw it. Pretty cool.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna I forgot to add that to my website.
Absolutely, Rashad. Same to you, Clyde. You guys have a good day. We will see you guys on the next Coffee and Chat. Bring your comments, your questions, your topics to discuss, and let's keep this thing going. And also catch the replay of the masterclass from last night, and we'll be sending out the link for the next one coming up next Thursday. Have a great weekend, guys, and be safe. Janet?
Oh, wait.
But wait, there's more. But wait, there's more.
Don't forget. Y'all, Sam is on YouTube. Go on over there and like and subscribe to his YouTube channel.
I got to get used to that. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
All right. That's it?
All right.
Have a weekend, everybody.
Y'all too. Bye.